and welcome back to Oakley Hour. So today is day 5 of our Sylvia garden build, and we are concentrating initially anyway, and we might get through these quite quick, is on a bunch of different plants. So the first thing what you need to do is cut 6 strips of green paper, about 160 millimeters, so 116 centimeters by about 2.5 centimeters. Then what we're going to do is fold them, probably as many times as you want really. You can do mine 4, as long as your scissors will go through them, and then cut several lines into them. Basically what you're doing is you're making some leaves. So like so, you can see that, well, eventually when I get them out, so just make sure, so you go all the way down, you cut into it, and you can see now, now it's working. And you do this all the way along, and you're going to do this 6 times, or I'm going to do it 6 times. If you're doing it along with me, you're going to do it 6 times too. Anyway, hope everyone is well today. Going to do this one, and then I'll get on and do the other 6, so that this part's all are done, which is a bit tedious. But basically you're cutting small elongated triangles into your paper. Bit of fluff, and these are to make a plant, and I'll show you the name of it in a bit, which I'm not very good at. I'm guessing it's Italian, anyway, and it's plant names, which I'm also not good at, obviously, and it's something like Ranunculus asparagus, something like that. I'll show you in a second. Let me get this one done while I got it all together. I mean, you could probably fold it up more if you can get, you feel that you can be precise enough. I thought 4 folds was enough for me, or a double and double. It's 4, right? I don't think I'm being ditzy on that. And then you will undo it, and that's roughly what you're going to end up with, something like that. And you're going to do that 4 times, so we're going to have lots of bits of paper. I mean, you're probably going to have bits over still attached. It's not going to matter too much in the scheme of things. Let me show you that name down the bottom here. There you go. And we're going to be making these. So let me get those other ones done, and I'll be back. Alright, once you've done that, you are going to take a little bunch of these flowers. Probably that's a bit too much here. So let me have a little bit. Oh, that one fell off anyway. But I want some of the bigger flowers, so maybe something like that. And you're going to put them to one end, and then just glue along here. And I'm just going to use a beacon and roll it up, and then once it's dry, fluff it out basically. So I get my beacon going, and this is stringy anyway beacon, so I go all the way along. I'm sure you could just do the end or whatever if you're more comfortable with doing things like this. And then you're going to repeat that 6 times, and for the purposes of what we're doing at the moment, we're actually only going to end up using 1, but technically you could end up using more, I guess, but in this particular case we use 1. So I just want to put you back up. Hey, get back up there, otherwise you will get cut off. I won't use you, and you're going to lose out. You're going to be the one losing out here. How about passive aggressive on that then, huh? Telling my flowers what I think. And then just roll them up, and then wait for them to dry, and once they're dry you can fluff them out. Like I said, I did glue all along, but you can probably do less. Just roll them as tight as you can, They're going to have a lot of leaves, but so your flowers are right in the middle there, so that when it's dry we can fluff it out. Like I say, we're only actually using one for the pot part. I think the others probably use, well, they will be used later in their build, probably as ground covering and things like that. There's a bit glue mist there, not a big deal in the scheme of what we are doing. And then just go around as best you can. It's kind of cute, doesn't it? And then when it's dry, I'm going to get the things out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bulldog clip on there with some greaseproof paper so I don't stick to it, like I did that other thing I did yesterday when I stuck to it. And just to hold it together, just going to tighten that as tight as I can. Don't have to do this. This is just me to make sure that it dries all together, which it should. I'm just going to hold it like that, and then I'll puff it up once it's dry. I am going to go and repeat that 6 times, and you're going to find some of these fall out if the cuts didn't fall out at the time. Alright, I will be back with those done. Alright, so I've done all 6. They've had a time to do their thing. So let's take this off, and I'll show you on one, and then I'm going to go and do the other 6 too. So you can recircle it if it's come out of its circle, but honestly for these it doesn't matter so much. And then all you're going to do is fluff it up, basically. Try and avoid your pink there, but just fluff it up as best you can. Good that you're seeing that then. That one wasn't cut very well, was it? There's one great big piece there. I bet that was on the fold or something. And it will look something like that. I'm going to go and do the same for the other 6 here. Okay. And we will be using these throughout the build. One of them we're going to need, so let's pick you. You're quite pretty, aren't you? So I'm going to pick that one and put these to one side. Okay, and we are going to start on the plant pots. First one we are going to want is number 3. This sticker really doesn't want to overly stick. I think for what we're doing it's not going to be terrible. So we are going to need a little bit of this for, well, at least this one. I'm not sure how many of these we're going to need it for. Obviously not going to need too much. It's a very small. Helps to put the tweezers in the bag, huh? Rather than one in and one out. Sorry, she's found a squeaking ball. Okay, so let's get a little bit of this out. And then all this one's going to have is a bit of this, and, well, I haven't even used the tweezers. I guess I did use the tweezers, didn't I? I'm going to be like, they're still sticky. And some of this, so it's going to be a very green one. So I'm going to get my B7000. Like I said, this plant pot, some of these stickers just don't stay on. I mean, they do say glue, so maybe that's why. You'd think with a sticker it'd be enough, but maybe it's just not. Maybe that's asking too much. And then pop this in. Come on. Let's go in there. And with a couple of sprigs of the green, sorry, trash man in here. Right, so I better wait. They made extra noise today, which is fine. Done a great job, like my trash men. Alright, and cut off some of these. It looks like in the photo that I see of what they've done. They've only done one, so I'm gonna have at least 2, because that's all it has in it. So I'm gonna, I think, place them in and then glue them afterwards. So let's see where I can get them in. Maybe if I held them a bit closer to the bottom it would help. quite noisy today. Somebody's got lots of bottles down their road. Right, almost done. I'm thinking just something like this. Like I say, this one's quite a plain one compared to some. Puppy's very playful right now. Okay, that wasn't her. Oh, something fell over. Did give quite the thud though, didn't it? And then I'm just going to put a little bit of glue after the effect, because it does dry clear, so unless it's got a line on glass, then you seem to be able to see it a mile away. Right, and that can go to one side. We had a little bit of movement from this one little leaf on its own, and that can go there. Right, and that is done. So let's get that pot to one side. I haven't put them all in pots because they're quite small ones, so I just didn't want to get mixed up. Alright, next we are going to do this one again. Stickers, definitely not perfect. And all you do with this one, I'm sure there must have been another piece to this, it looks like it's just torn off, is glue it along here. So again, I'm going to use the beacon for this because it's paper. And you just roll them up. So I'm going to have the bit that got tore off going in the middle. If I can get any glue out whatsoever, I was just using you. We know you have plenty. Here it comes. Okay. We don't have any strings. And then just literally roll it up. So it's gonna, if my tweezers weren't sticky before, they certainly will be now. Sorry. Just got to tell the ball what for. If she actually ate her food today, I'd be happy. She has decided that she's on food strike or something. And she's fine, so she's just being silly. She's playing. She's got a little squirrel and I think she's telling it what for. Hold on. Oh, she's dropped it. Hold on. Okay. And then this just goes in here. In number 4. This one. And just sticks in like so. Actually, I'll do B7000 inside here because it'll be more precise. She's having a good play right now. Put the cap on that before it goes everywhere. You can see it started to come undone a little. But that's okay because it's going to stick in there. And then you can sort your leaves out once it's in. Doesn't look very interesting, does it, this one? Really? And the problem is, if all the leaves are facing the same way, how on earth are you going to do it? Maybe I could twist it. So we can do it something like so. Something like that. That'd do it, didn't it? Just had to give it a little bit of pressure. Just make sure that's down enough. Okay. Alright, next is very similar to what we've just done. So this one has all the leaves. It has a bit extra. This one does not belong to it. And I actually don't think I'm going to glue this until the end. I don't think I'm going to glue it to the end, and I think I'm going to put the tiny one on the front. Because I don't think it's really needed to glue it all right now. we'll get this one in quick as you like, and I'm tempted to just put it in and then sort out the design afterwards. Although it does stick together a bit better by gluing it first, I have to be honest. Come here. Okay, come undone. Of course it did. Didn't glue it. Why would it not come undone? Of course it would come undone. However, so I'm just going to put this in there, make sure it's all in, including that little one. I'm going to let that dry and then I'm going to play with the leaves afterwards. Next is number 6, I believe. Yep. Put a little bit of glue. Oh, I got it down now. And this one's going to have, let's see, we're going to get some moss. We have a butterfly to go in there. Yep. We have some white and some green. So let's get the moss going. Not going to need too much like before. Let's stay on the tweezers, which is going to do anyway, right? Might need a bit more moss. Let's make sure you got enough glue. You glue's oozy. Maybe it got hot again. Okay, pop that in there. It's a giver. It wanted to stay with me. And then, yeah, it does have some of these. Couldn't see it for looking in it. They're quite high up ones. So I'm going to put some of these in and then do what I did before where I glued it after the event. So these were kind of together. I can see what I'm doing. Well, they don't even show those other ones. Yeah. Stand upwards. Maybe put another big sprig in there. Something like so. Better if you stood up a bit better. But like that. Right, get some glue down on that. And then put some at the front as well, ready for the next lot of stuff. We are also going to be putting some white in here and a butterfly. So I'm going to do a couple of sprigs of white. That one needed to go in more. As it comes straight back out. Almost got it. So something like that. And then add the butterfly. And the butterfly kind of goes, doesn't really say where it goes, so I guess it's up to you. So fold it in half like we've been doing for the rest of the butterflies. Pop that there. That's where I'm going to put it right at the top if I can. If it let go of me, you can see how messed up my tweezers are right now. I'm going to get this one done, then go and give them a clean. Get this butterfly on. And then this one can go. I think we're going to need it again actually quite soon. We have another two to make, 3 to make. And then we have to make a couple of them into like a rockery. Okay, something like that. Alrighty, so let me go and clean those tweezers and I will be back in a bit, and we need to sort out the arrangement of flowers on some of these. Well, one of them so far, isn't it? Just one? Yeah, just this one here. So just waiting on that to dry a little. So let me go to do that and I will be back in a moment. Alright, that should be clean enough, and now I'm going to just again put these down in different directions. Push it in a bit more too, obviously. So something like that. Alright, next, what do we have? That one and this, that one and this, and one last one which has what this going into it. So let me get those done rather than you sitting there watching me repeating myself over and over. So what I'm going to do is roll these ones up, put them inside their respective pot, let them dry a little bit, and then I'll fan them. I'll come back and show you that one. Alright, so those are all done. So those were the last 2. I found them. I need to do my tweezers again, but in the meantime, for this we are just putting in this and a butterfly. So let me do that one. And you could pick any one of the 6, whichever one you fancy to go in this little pot, really. It doesn't lay very flat. I think I'm going to give it a trim. Like so. Worked out alright, didn't it? And then I'm going to put butterfly just on anywhere really. I think I'm just going to put it in here. And then go and do those tweezers. And those are the plant pots. We have to put a few together of these. And get the paper off of here. A bit of leftover paper. As I drop my butterfly. And again I drop it twice in a row. Ooh, 3rd time's a charm. This one's gone on the floor though. Hold on. Right, I think the butterfly flew away. So I picked another one. Fold it in half, do it over the table this time. Can't remember where that glue is. Was it kind of wet here? Was it here? Okay. Let's just put a bit on. Just fluff that out that side a bit. Which side am I going to have it facing? Probably this side. Okay, then what you're meant to do is you're meant to join 4 of these together and then 2 different ones together. They going upwards, mate. And they form like rockeries, but I'm actually going to do that when we put them on the model, so that I can get a better idea of how it looks. So something like that. Doesn't show overly well on here. The other one I had was a bit better colouring, but it does the job. If I can get it wings to go. So the four you're putting together are number 9, which is this one, I think. Yep, number 9. Number 9, 8. Alright, as I was saying, so what you would be doing is taking number 9, number 6, something like this, number 6, yeah, it was number 6, number 8 behind it, number 5, so it kind of circles around this one here. So you can join those together if you want to at this stage. Those little ones look really small in the back. See, when I put it on the model, I guess it depends how it's going to look. I mean, like this one's all right at the back, this one here, but I'm not so sure about these little ones. And then the other two, this one, which I need to do the leaves to, and this one are also kind of together, like so, something like that. I'm going to sort these leaves out. We're going to get the next lot of stuff ready. I think we've got a little bit of time to do a little bit more, and we are actually going to be getting onto the house very soon now. Right, I think what we're going to do is just one more step, which is to make a couple of coffee bags. So we need to cut this to, get my ruler, put it somewhere safe, I'm sure. 22.5, so let's see if this width is about right. Yep, by 31.5. So wow, 31.5 is incredibly precise, isn't it? And we need to make 2, so oops, they're not overly straight, but we're meant to make 2. Let's see. There we go. And this is cardboard, and we have that amount over. I'm not sure if we're going to be using it. And then we fold this. Just trying to understand what it's saying. Hold on. Alright, so we have to fold it, basically, is the gist of what I've got out of this. So, let's see. Fold in 6, 4, 7.5. So let's start on the 7.5, which is about here, I guess. That folds, and then you do one 4 millimeters in. Good grief. Good grief. Okay, so let's see if we can get this straight for starters. So, doesn't look too straight, does it? So then you do another one, probably about here. Then a gap of 1 centimetre. So about here. Nowhere near. Not that you were seeing any of that anyway. And then that's definitely not straight. Another 4 millimetre one here. And it goes something like, well, this is a little bit over. Something like that. So actually that's not too bad. So I'm going to glue that, and then we'll make another one. It's definitely not perfect, and I'm not sure what they want you to do with the bottom yet, but let's get this glued. Let go. And then we're going to stuff it with the moss. That's not terrible. Probably don't want to get the glue on the silver. I wouldn't say it's even, but it's not terrible. I'm just going to hold this together for a moment, and then let's see. So, well, they got it all pretty at the bottom, you know, like you would do a normal bag and stuff like that. I'm not so sure that that's going to overly happen with me, and I'm not even so sure as to the size that that's meant to be on either. Okay, so what I think is, let's get the little scissors here, that'd be better, is cut it a little way in. Oh, it's probably a bit too much. And fold it like a parcel underneath. Keep doing way too much. So all I'm going to do is push these sides in, probably about half the length that I cut. Maybe something like that. Oop. And then, like I say, then you're going to make a second one like it. So push that over the top. That's what I'm doing anyway. I mean, I think it kind of is like this, so I don't think it's too far from it. And then a little bit on the top here, and then we put moss inside. It's quite tight, and then fold this one over and glue that one in. I think I'm going to put this, no, we do it that way. And just square it up the best you can. Alright, let me get this glued and I'll make up the other one, and then we can wait until that dries. So what I'm doing on the second one is I cut little snips in roughly where I think it is. It does give you the measurements, and then I'm going to fold these down first. I left the lid off the glue. It's going to be fun. I put my arm straight on it like this, and I think that will work out a bit better. So I'm going to get that done. Alright, so that's both of those done. This was the first one that I made, and you can see that there's an indentation, and this is the second, so I do prefer the second method. It's slightly bigger, but in the scheme of where it's going, it's really not going to matter. So now we're going to put some of this moss on the inside, and again, I don't overly think it's necessary. I don't think you need to glue it in. You're going to need a fair chunk of it. I'll just pop that on the inside. I don't think my tweezers have got glue on. They may. Can't remember if I've done them or not. Right, come on, in you go. It says no. I think I'm pulling just as much out, so maybe I do have glue on my tweezers. Anyway, get it in there. I think it's just so you don't squish it, but this stuff is so stringy, it probably doesn't matter. It's not going to do anything. So if you decided to miss this step, I don't think it's going to be the be all and end all. Because then what you need to do, come on, in you go. What you need to do is fold the top. So you're going to glue the top together and then fold it over like a screwdriver, tweezers. I'll do it over the tweezers, I'm pretty sure. That's what I will use. So I'll get one done. Oh, it keeps coming out. Meh. Alright, in you go. Let's do it with this. There. Done. So you're going to fold it over the top and then glue it over here and fold it, and then we're going to put a label on, sticker actually I think it is, and that will be that. Just make sure you're going to be folding it onto the bit with the seam. Checking again. Now I'm going to go a little bit down because I want it to have a couple of runs, and this will definitely make my tweezers messy. And this glue does mark this silver paper, so go careful with that. And then just fold it over your tweezers. A little bit of green escaping, how rude. It's pretty tough to do. Tough old cardboard, this. And you can do it once, or you could probably do it more. I think I am just going to do it once. I don't have the strength in my hands to do it more, to be honest with you. Oh, do I? Maybe I can. Get loads of green on it. And then I will try and fold it again. And then I give it a neater edge. And then I'm just going to get a paper clip to hold it together. Let me get that glued paper clipped and I'll show you what I did. Alright, it's hidden under here. I got it, so it's going to be about that size. You can just about see where it is. And then I will put this sticker on here once I've finished it. So I'm going to get this one sorted. Alrighty, let's see if this hadn't enough time to do its thing. It's okay. Not necessarily write home about it, but it's okay. And then get the one without the join or the, oh no, I did it the wrong way around anyway. So you want this side, you know, the one with the glue all over. I don't like this, just where you don't see much of it. And that's going to have your bag sign. It's so clean on the outside. I think I'm going to do one each side. Maybe do that one like that, and this one the way they want it. And these are just stickers, so bear that in mind. Like I say, the glue really does stick to these, the silver, so you might be able to make it out. Coffee beans, there you go. There's me squinting away on my eyes. Well, that's definitely not central. Oh, that's my tweezers. And just centralise that as best you can. Marks so easy, this silver. That's my fingernail went in there. Okay, and then I will put this one on the side that they want me to put it on. And we just pretend whoever stacked up the coffee beans that they made an error. This one's not a pretty one, it go towards the back. It's bigger anyway. And what the only bit you see of this, I believe, is from the side. You might see a bit from the front. I think there is a side window. Alright, and that will be it for today. So, what we have coming up is right at the end now of bits and pieces. That said, there are still bits and crafty bits to do throughout the build, but it is getting there. Really could do with going down one more, couldn't it? Bypassing. Anyway, we will leave it as is. It's fine. So, where was I going? Right, so we've got a coffee grinder we're going to be making, a cake we're going to be making, and then, what's the last thing? And then a tool shed, because, you know, can't have a garden without a tool shed. And from there we will start on the house. We are still going to be making some flowers and things like that as we go along, but it will actually get us started on the house, so that's something. Putting in none of the electrics, but we will be getting there. So I'm hoping tomorrow we will get onto some of the house, and that will be cool. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you've found it really interesting. Quite happy with this one. Shame the sticker's on now the wrong way, but I did it on purpose, and I really don't think it matters that much other than it not being straight, but hey ho. So what I'll probably do is have, because both of them go in the same area, so one like that and one like that in front of it. because they are in front of each other. So it's probably what I will do. I mean, it could do with the looking prettier. It probably could do with going over again, because it's only gone over. You can see it's only gone over once. I just don't have the strength in my hands to push it over again, and I think it'll make it too small now too. We'll see. Maybe I'll work on it. I may not. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying the build. It is kind of interesting. We are getting towards the end of it now. I reckon another couple of days and we will be done. Tomorrow we should see quite significant progress. I mean, the coffee grinder isn't too bad. It's combined with wood, some beads, some wiring and stuff like that. The cake again isn't terrible, and shouldn't take long, and then we will be on the tool shed. So I think those three we should be able to get done tomorrow, and then it's down to the build, which might take a day or two to do, and then we'll be done. So thank you very much for watching. Like I say, please do remember to like and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you again, but please do take care of yourself. You are important in the world. Take care now. Bye bye.